Yamandu Costa has allegations against him right now. I did a little bit of research before this. I read a couple of articles, and it doesn't look good. It looks like, it looks bad. There we go. I don't know anything about that, and if you want to learn about that, this is not the video to look at. Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to a very serious episode of the Reaction Log. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, listen, recently I made a video on someone that you guys have asked me to react to for a while now. It was Yamandu Costa. Hey, I learned how to pronounce his name. I did some research. Here's the video right here. It did alright, especially considering I'm not really doing too great these days right now. So, I made a video on him. Somebody who a reaction has been requested by many of you for a while now. Basically, since I started doing these sole, non-practice log reaction videos. And there's some additional context that I think needs to be sprinkled in here. First off, I'm in grad school. Did you guys know that? Oh man, I haven't really mentioned that much. And basically what that means is I'm really busy, and I already don't do research for my videos, but I especially don't do them now just because I'm busy. And that's not like an excuse to put out poor quality content, which, by the way, this video is kind of one of my worst videos I've ever made. I knew it when I was making it. I knew it when I uploaded it. It's short. It has no substance. A lot of you guys mentioned that, and honestly, it's a little sad that this one is done so well with 13,000 views, which isn't even that good, thankfully. Don't watch it. You don't need to watch it anymore. This is the new Yamandu Costa video. Oh god, I have to sift through almost 400 comments. What? I'm surprised so many people commented on this. This is unrelated. It's so obvious Costa is far better musician than you'll ever be. That's neither here or there. I don't really get what the point of that is. Everyone I react to is way better than I am, generally, unless I'm being mean. Man, I like your videos, but you didn't say anything. Brazilian rhythms, Afro influence, a whole approach to guitar that doesn't relate precisely to classical. There are things to appreciate. I'm not even a fan of Yamandu Costa. Close you got was his body movement. I know, I didn't say anything. And by the way, I opened up the video with this. I have nothing to say about Yamandu. I know nothing of the music that he plays other than, like, guitar. And even his guitar he plays is unlike my guitar. It has 7 strings. I don't even know what's going on. It's just a lot of you mentioned that this is just kind of a bad video. And first, I just want to say, I agree, it was a bad video, and I'm really sorry about that. If it makes you feel better, I have a bunch of good videos coming out soon. So, keep an eye out for those. Speaking of not being able to pronounce names, friend of the channel, Saloris 3193. I'm not gonna give a dislike, but this reaction sucked. It sounds like hate, but I actually really appreciate that kind of feedback, and I completely agree. This reaction does suck, and I'm sorry. Again, I'm in grad school. Sometimes I'll just sit down to film for like an hour or 2 hours, and it's like the only time I can in the whole week. And before I was in grad school, I would film videos like this, and I would just scrap them. I would just not use them entirely. But I was in a position where it was the only video I had, and it's just like, oh, what do I do? By the way, you should dislike it. Could have talked about his technique, what you thought of his compositions, etc. Instead, you just complained he was too good for you to joke about him. And that's kind of the thing. This reaction, I had nothing going into it. I just didn't know what else to pick. So I just kind of did it. And this is what we got. So we're going to go back into it. I know that you're also probably thinking this. Yamandu Costa has allegations against him right now. I did a little bit of research before this. I read a couple of articles, and it doesn't look good. It looks like, it looks bad. I will say that. God, this is way too kind. This guy's crazy good at reaction videos. Dude, check out my other videos, please. I know that I have way better videos than this. I'm a classical guitarist, and that means I don't know the difference between Spanish and Portuguese. Oh wow, this is actually kind of interesting. People in the comments say that Brazil speaks Portuguese, but Yamandu puts his titles in Spanish. Whoa, did you all just get owned right there? It's because I read all the titles and I just knew that was Spanish, because I know the difference between Spanish and Portuguese, because I am a classical guitarist. Fun fact, Yamandu was recently accused of SA. That fact is not very fun. Let's look at the replies. Oh my god, alright, I'm not reading any of this. There we go. I don't know anything about that, and if you want to learn about that, this is not the video to look at. Or actually, should I say that? Nah. We're gonna watch this short reaction video posted by Sorehands, and I'm gonna give you my second take on everything, because I really didn't say anything about Yamandu. And you know what? I dish it against everyone else that I've reacted to. It's time for me to dish it onto myself. Let's see where we're at. Oh, and I'll probably address more comments along the way. So, let's do it. Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the Reaction Log. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, this is Cameron. This is what I imagine your guys' experience is. This is kind of weird, huh? I realized this in post, but I had Yamanda. I had his name spelled wrong in the search bar, and I tried to remove it with like a white bar. just like posted over the video, but it looked really bad and I didn't want to get further made fun of, so I was just like, you know what, just own it. Yamandu Costa. And under it, it's like, yeah, that's how you actually spell it. Okay. All right, we got a special spicy one here for you. This is Yamandu Costa, I think is, yeah, it's close enough. Yamandu. So let me level with you for a second. I've been getting a lot of requests. I get a lot of requests for, a lot's a little bit of an overstatement. Do I really get a lot of requests for anything at all? You know, a lot of things. But this is probably one of the biggest ones, and I've just been sort of ignoring it. I don't know, sometimes I'm just a little scared to go into those, because it's like, what do I even talk about? How am I supposed to make a show? God, what a great host here. He's just declaring his fears for us in the very beginning. Very nice. Like, I don't know, maybe tell a joke, like come into it with something, you know? But you know, I've been getting requests for this for like, I don't know, basically since I started, so I figured, yeah, you already said all this. This is like such a waste of time. Now, why exactly it is you guys like him so much, because this is an apology video now. Listen to what you guys talk about. You guys seem to like him a lot. And you know what? I don't trust you guys. Is he that good? Well, we're gonna find out here today. That was almost a joke. I almost made a whole thing about how you guys don't know what you're talking about, and let's actually judge for ourselves how good he really is. I could have done a whole shtick like that, but I just didn't. I was just the real me, just like, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. What better person to tell you than me? I'm a classical guitarist here on YouTube, and what does that mean? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. I'm a classical guitarist. That means I don't know the difference between Spanish and Portuguese. Boom. Roast. It means that I know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's, in hindsight, that is a hilarious line for this video. And I forgot to add, I'm really good. Let me show you something. Oh wow. I think I'll tell you there, when I made that I'm really good joke, I got my guitar and started playing it backwards. And then I just ended up playing the Morel Sonatina, which is really good playing, by the way. I play it pretty well, especially when I'm not nervous and I'm like in my room here. It's not a joke though. It's not funny. It's like, I'm really good, and then it's like some decent playing. It's like, nice one. I don't really get, like, why'd I do that? What, are you like insecure about people thinking that you're bad or something? Like, what are you doing? Moving on. I think that's enough small talk. Dang, pretty good though, right? Pretty good. Let's go ahead and jump into Yamandu Costa, starting with Yamandu Costa. Pretty close. Choro Loco. I believe that translates to crazy choro. That was a good one. All right, let's see what we got. Whoa, 4 notes in. Let's go ahead and look at the obvious here. We have a 7-string guitar. Now, I know that you guys know me as the classical elitist, so you're probably expecting me to look at the 7-string guitar and be like, 7? Now, I know that you guys know me as the classical elitist, so you're probably expecting me to look at this. I had that video clip in there twice, doubled. Sorry. I proof every video that I make. I must have been really out to lunch for this one. I don't know. Guitar and be like, let's see the 7-string jokes that we make. 7? I don't know. It's a 7-string guitar. People play them. I don't play them. They confuse me a lot. I feel like it's too much for me. I can't handle that many strings. We're just kind of wasting time here. Take a look at this guitar here. How much do you think he paid for this thing, huh? Who's the luthier of this guitar? They have a diagonal white line running down through it. All right, it's fancy. You got the rosette there. It's looking nice. Let's look at this dude here. That is a guitar for sure. His hands. Let's look at this dude's hands before we really hear him play. Thumbnail. I see a slight protrusion there. All right, this doesn't matter. Okay. Also, nail biter. What you nervous about? Yamandu. Is it Yamandu? Sorry, it is Yamandu. That was good. Yamandu Costa. It might be that. Wow, dude, I actually came to it on my own. That's crazy. I had to look it up like before I started making this video. I'm so sorry. Also, nice guitar face. Looks like you're about to play something really stanky. Let's see what you got. Okay, you know what? Initial observations actually weren't too bad. So let's keep going and see where we're at. Oh yeah, that is the one thing I like about 7-string guitar. You take the power away from the button pushers. The good sore hands can jokes. These are all good so far. Let's get somewhere else. Pretty low note we heard there. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Sorry. This ain't classical music, I'll tell you what. Pretty interesting so far. I don't know, what is there really to say about it? It's a guy. He's really good. I know you guys are going to post in the comments. You don't even know what you're saying when you say really good. You know, I think what pissed a lot of you off, and it's kind of pissing me off too, is that we haven't really heard much. And I didn't even really know who Yamandu Costa was, and I'm already just saying that he's really good. That is a little infuriating, because I've reviewed some incredible players, and I just kind of blow them off. So it's like, what's so special about this guy? Especially with the timing of the accusations. Too, it's just like, why are you defending this guy so hard? Like, talking about how awesome he is. He is clearly awesome at guitar. Like, that's so obvious. But I mean, let's get something else. Like, I think you guys mentioned it, like talking about the composition and the techniques that he actually uses. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at that. He's presenting this choro for us, and yeah, there we go. Let's hear more. Ooh, you guys want me to play that, I bet. Let me see that lick again. That part kind of reminds me of Crazy Train. When you do that part. Alright, it's a nice addition to your lick. That's nice. It's literally the same thing. Wow, you heard that. You think he slow practiced that? It looks like. Good slow practice stroke in there. Of course, it all sounds really good. Honestly, it's probably a lot more fun to play than to actually listen to. Will I ever be listening to this? Heck no, dude. To be fair, the exact same thing could be said about, like, Bach on guitar, I'm sure. That part's good. That's a nice musical moment there. Choros pretty crazy, huh? Alright, so what that I liked that joke. You know what? I've been talking about how I regret this video. That video is worth it just for that one joke. Yeah, I don't know. As I watch this again, I feel like I give it plenty of context that I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of rambling about nothing. It's definitely not to the standard of my regular video, but at least I had the courtesy to make it 10 minutes long for you, so I wouldn't waste too much of your time. It's dancey, it's kind of earthy, it's flashy. Okay, there we go. We had some opinions about it. It's dancey, that's true. It's earthy. What do you mean by that, Buster, huh? It's earthy. You think all Latin music's earthy now? You guys remember that clip I featured really early on where Julian Bream refers to Villa-Lobos' music as, what was it? What's the word? It starts with a P. It's not prehistoric or primordial. It's, I need to look up this word now. Here we go. Julian Bream explains Villa-Lobos.
They rang Villa-Lobos in Paris and it said, you know...
Oh, man, what a voice. What a man. I haven't heard that voice in so long. Oh, God, it's so nostalgic.
There's a wonderful English boy who plays your music so beautifully. He said, surely that's an anachronism.
Surely an anachronism, that must have been.
I got the feeling when he'd said that I wasn't going to be received with great enthusiasm.
Really? You thought you wouldn't be received with great enthusiasm, Julian Bream?
But anyway, I played to him, and he was very critical. He didn't like a lot of the fingerings.
Who does he think he is, Segovia? He doesn't like your fingerings? It's Villa-Lobos, you could just use your index finger for everything. Dude, just whip out Old Reliable and play everything with it. He's like, are you insulting me by playing this with one finger?
I just recorded these pieces. And that we got to one point in the first prelude, in the middle section, when he said, stop! And I was absolutely appalled because he was very angry. He said, you can't play it like that. Well, I said, well, Segovia plays it like that. He said...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, what now, Villa-Lobos? Segovia played it like that.
He said last year, when Segovia was in Paris, and I saw that he was playing this prelude on the program, I telephoned him and told him not to play it.
Oh, man. Sorry, Segovia. Learn something else.
I thought, my God, you know, what a man, this Villa-Lobos.
What a man. What a man this Villa-Lobos is.
I mean, there's very few composers ever tell you they don't want to hear you play their pieces. I mean, that's incredible. So
it's incredible. Oh man, these are so good.
He's the sort of man who can say, no, I don't like that, and grab the instrument from you and show you how he likes it. Now, very few composers can do that.
That's true, dude. Composers can't play anything. That's why they're composers, am I right? All right.
I then realized later that, you see, I played this Brazilian music like a European. Now, the thing is that
which is the right way to do it. I'm just kidding. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Brazilian music isn't European music.
Facts, dude. It's Brazilian.
And it has its own characteristics. And some of those characteristics are rather primitive.
Primitive. There's the word. Why did I want that word again? What was the point of all that? Oh, it's because I called the music earthy. Okay, there we go. Earth. What are you calling all Latin music primitive now? Sorry that it's not Bach counterpoint. Other music exists, you freaking bigot. Let's see what he brings, though, to the Guitar Salon International. Finally, the Guitar Salon International part of this. So this is Negro del Blanco. Oh. Really enunciate that one.
Oh,
all right, let's see what he... Hold on, sorry, my tea is boiling. Let me get that. No, I'm just kidding. God, that was such a zinger. That was such a sick joke. I feel kind of hype about this video now. I feel like it's fine, actually. It's just not much about the music, which, you know, it kind of still isn't, I guess. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. What am I hearing there? Is somebody heckling him in the crowd with whistles? What is this? Alright, you can cut that out. Oh, that's him himself. Wow, dude, that's a really high whistle. Try to do that back at home. Hey, I'm commenting on the music here. It's a high whistle. That's hard. That's as high as I got. Oh, dude, I forgot to mention. Look at all those classical guitars behind him. I bet they all sound very unique and have their own distinct voice depending on their builder and the materials and the bracing and all that. There's such variety between these instruments, and they even look different too. Look at this one. This one's kind of like yellowish versus that one that's also kind of yellowish, and this one's kind of white yellow, and that one's kind of white yellow. And wow, what a world classical guitar is, right? All right, I can do an octave lower. Dude, am I listening to Yamandu Costa right now? That sounded just like it. He's just screwing with us now. Yeah, alright, thanks. God dang, dude, his whistles are so high. How do you get that? Alright, and you know, I'm gonna comment about how he's moving around a lot. Again, this music isn't really my thing. I never listen to it, nor do I want to learn it or plan on learning it at any point. It seems a little too guitar-y for me, which is weird to think. I don't know, when I play guitar, like, I want the music to transcend the guitar, and this music is very, like, folky. It's very high level, advanced, hard music played by somebody I will never approach in skill. You don't need to comment that. I already know that. But yeah, it's just not interesting, and I don't really have much of an opinion about it other than like that's cool. I'm glad that you spent so much time learning that. Look at the guitars behind him. I bet they all sound the same. No, they don't sound the same. They're very different and unique. I don't know why you would think to say that. You could study for the rest of your life, practice countless hours, and still you'd never come close to having that fluidity, that freedom to improvise. That's nice, thank you, I appreciate that. This musician has been playing since he was a child. That doesn't matter. I bet you've been playing since you were a child. You watching, are you as good as Yamandu Costa? Alright, there we go. Playing with professional musicians from a very young age. Another detail, he plays popular music, Brazilian popular music. We've learned that today. Whose harmonies are complex and not rigid like European classical music. Ah yes, European classical music, the most simple of harmonies. Actually, kind of true. It can be super simple. So, from what I've listened to so far, which keep in mind, I don't know much about this, I do know a lot about the guitar and music that's written and played for the guitar. Now, I'm a little confused by when you say the harmonies are complex and not rigid, because it seems like what defines a lot of the harmonies in this kind of music is chords and shapes on the guitar. Like, we hear a lot of like that kind of stuff, which is just planing chords up and down in a convenient way on the fretboard. Obviously, there's way more to it than that, but that's not something that you would see in European harmony. Why wouldn't you see that in European harmony? Because if we take a chord like this, for example, and we just move it up, we have more than one note. Like, I'll just take like the bottom part of that, the perfect fifth. We can't really differentiate between those two notes, and we kind of just hear it as one thing. Like, if you were orchestrating something and you had two instruments playing perfect fifths like that, that would all be part of one voice, and you're just like fattening the voice. Now, if you had them, which I'm going like chromatic up like that, but if you had them instead moving in parallel thirds like that, for example, you can much more easily hear them as two notes. And again, not saying that there's none of that in this, but it's like really, really important in European classical music, and probably not so important in this. It seems like the most important thing is just being able to play it on guitar. So, if the most important thing is being able to play it on guitar, ooh, I accidentally buttoned my coat there, sorry about that. It's probably easier to improvise with it. So yeah, I will never come close to the fluidity to improvise like this, but it's also in a style that's much easier to improvise in, because it's more based around just stuff that you can play on the guitar. Again, keep this in mind, I'm like reducing Brazilian popular music to just like whatever I just said, the easy stuff to play on guitar and like planing chords around. I'm sure there's so much more to that, and you can go ahead and comment it. You don't know what you're talking about, whatever. I know. I'm just trying to demonstrate a very glaring difference between them, just to fill out what you said here. That's all I'm saying. Alright, this openness to improvisation allows him to reach another level. Just another level. I don't know where. Whatever. You can look for other performances where he plays Choro, Loco, and you will see it as another interpretation, variations, bass lines. I don't really get why you started with the first part, because I don't feel like I insulted him at any point in the video. you're just letting you know, you will never approach what you're hearing right now. Anyways, you can listen to other recordings of him, and it's going to be a little different, because this is a more improv-y style of music. That's great. Thank you so much. This is the last Yamandu Costa video that I'm going to make. This is originally an apology video for the first one. After looking at it though, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of justified in a lot of what I said here. I mentioned I don't know much about it. Hopefully I gave you a little more to chew on there. But admittedly, it's not to the standard of my regular videos, I think. Like jokes, there's like a couple of them, but it's like, God, it's a 10-minute video. It's not worth sitting 10 minutes through this just to get like 2 banging jokes. But you know, watch this video instead. Hopefully this one was better. Let's go ahead and move on. We'll never speak of this again. I can't help but feel like this video was also kind of pointless too. Maybe that's the curse of Yamandu. Well, regardless, thanks for watching. Hey, and of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Email's in the description. I don't give lessons right now, but I will at some point, so you know, keep that in mind. Head on down over to Ruten's Delight. I'm even wearing some right now. Boom. Not the jacket though. You can't buy that at Ruten's Delight. Buy that at I don't know, Belk maybe. Go there. And that's it. So, I'll see you in the next one.